Hey friends, welcome back to Gray and Crochet. My name is Mads and I'm going to be reviewing Ferris wheel yarn. I ended up getting these bad boys at our local Spotlight for a killer deal earlier in the year. I will link the video up here if you'd like to check out that haul. But these normally retail for $10 at our local store called Spotlight, and that is Australian dollars. I ended up getting them for under $3 a cake, so amazing savings there, which is fabulous because I've always wanted to try this yarn ever since I first laid my eyes on it. It is gorgeous. I mean, look at these colors. This is the colorway Cotton Candy, very muted blues and purples, but gorgeous. And this is a lot more bright. This is the colorway Sprinkles, lots of bright blues and greens. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love both of these. They are stunning. This is a 4-weight acrylic yarn. It is on the thinner side of a 4 in my opinion. I've definitely worked with worsted weight yarns that are thicker than this, but still a 4 I would say. There are 85 grams in each cake and there are 8 different colorways available at Spotlight, so depending on where you buy it from, it might be slightly different. They recommend a 4.5mm knitting needle for this, or knitting needles I should say, and a 5mm crochet hook. I have crocheted with both of these colorways to make dog snows. I have made the alpine dog snow out of this and the dragon scale dog snow out of this. Patterns for both are available if you would like to check them out on my channel. And I did use a 5mm, I'm pretty sure, and I agree with their recommendation, although you can go up if you wanted a looser fabric. I have also knitted it up on the Centro knitting machine, which it looks like this knitted up. It is quite gorgeous. As you can see, the color transition is quite smooth. Like for example, the blue actually has purples in there, and that sort of helps blend the colors together, so it's not really a hard change. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love the colors. Now, depending on whether or not you like fuzzy yarns, this might be a pearl or it might be a corn, but the yarn is actually quite fuzzy, so hopefully my camera can pick it up. But this cake has heaps of fuzz, and all of the cakes pretty much have that. There's even fibers coming out of it before I even crochet it up. And when you knit it up, it sort of looks just as fuzzy, but surprisingly, throwing it in the washing machine didn't actually make it like a whole lot more fuzzier. It certainly did increase the fuzz level a little bit, but not dramatically. And this one does say it is machine washable and dryable, so I did want to test that out and confirm washing it is not like a major deal. I just put it on a regular cycle, no hand washing or delicate cycle, and it turned out, you know, reasonably okay. But I would recommend obviously hand washing your items, especially if you spent the time to crochet or knit it, just to increase the longevity of it. But also on the con side, because of its fuzziness, it is a pain in the butt to frog, which I can exemplify here when I just dropped it. This was supposed to be ribbing for my dragon scale snoot, but I needed to frog it and ended up pulling a bit too hard and it snapped. And that's actually happened to me a few times. That's another con. This yarn tends to snap quite easily, so you do have to be a bit gentle with it. But also because of the fibers sticking together, it does just not want to frog at all. So definitely don't try anything new when you test out this yarn. Do something that you know, just so you don't have to frog it, or if you do, you know, do really, really gently. I ended up putting this piece in the washing machine to test it out, and like I mentioned, it snapped. I didn't fasten off or anything. This is the snapped bit, and it ended up staying together. So it really does want to stick together. But as you can see, it's not too fuzzy even after throwing it in the machine. And I just hung it to dry, which I know you're not supposed to do, but it turned out fine. This was just a scrap bit I wanted to test out. And this is the fuzziness of the actual knitted piece. So not too much of a difference there, but it did get a little bit more fuzzy in the wash. The other con, in my opinion, is the price, which I know can be very subjective, but $10 for an 85 gram cake is just quite a bit, and you can't really make much out of a single cake, maybe a beanie or a smaller item. I ended up making 3 dog snows out of one of these cakes, but that is a smaller item, so you know, at $10 a cake, that is, I don't know, like $3 something for a dog snood. Not the worst, but also not the best, especially if you compare it to other yarns from Lion brand. For example, the Mandela Ombre, which in my opinion is a softer yarn. Different colors and different kind of style of yarn, but if you pay $4 extra, you get basically double the amount of yarn, at least at Spotlight anyways. They have 150 gram cakes for $14. But if you did like these colors, you can actually get a substitute for pretty much the same price but double the yarn. Here in Australia, at least anywhere, I don't know if this yarn is available elsewhere, but you can get a yarn called Panda Crypto, which pretty much has the same colors, some of them. They do have 14 colorways from memory, from the Australian yarn company, their website. They have 14 colors listed, and they had these exact colors. They did call it slightly different colorways, but I will put a picture up here from the Australian yarn company to compare with this one. So this one is in Ferris called Cotton Candy, and I'll put a picture up here of the crypto yarn that they call Unicorn. It is pretty much the same in my opinion. What do you think? And this is the colorway Sprinkles in Ferrisville, and in the crypto yarn they call it Rainbow Sherbet. Pretty much the same. They look exactly the same. Panda classes that yarn as an 8-ply, but like I said, this is an 8-ply is a DK weight for those of you who don't live in Australia. But like I said, this is a thinner 4, so I'm pretty sure it is the exact same yarn. They actually had those yarns on clearance at Big W earlier in the year, and I actually went to check it out after I had bought these, and I was surprised to basically see them on the shelves because they looked exactly the same, just bigger cakes, because it's 150 grams versus 85 grams. And the kicker, they are pretty much the same price as these, so you can get more yarn for the same price. I think it is discontinued at Big W though, because I'm pretty sure when I saw those yarns they were on clearance and I couldn't see them on the website anymore. But I did find the crypto yarn, basically these colorways, at the yarn store, which is an Australian website. I haven't bought from it, but I think they had it listed for $8.50, which if you compare it to $10 for 85 grams, that is a killer deal. $8.50 for 150 grams, basically the same yarn. Now obviously not all Ferris wheel colorways are available in crypto. For example, the emerald colorway in this one, I couldn't see it on their website for the crypto yarn. So you know, you might just need to buy this if you wanted a specific colorway, but if you just like the color transitions and things like that and wanted to test out the yarn, definitely buy that crypto yarn. It is much better value in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure it is the same yarn. Now that yarn store that I mentioned that had it listed for $8.50, you will have to pay shipping if you buy things under $200, which obviously will increase the cost a little bit. But you know, if you're buying things like knitting needles, you can just, you know, bump up your cart price by a lot and then end up getting free shipping. So it's not the end of the world. You know, just save up your money, buy yarn in bulk one day, and then, you know, don't have to pay for shipping. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little yarn review. I'm not going to crochet these up in this particular video because I already have tutorials out on my channel of me doing them, so you can check them out if you'd like to. But yeah, I hope you found that useful. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and let me know in the comments what yarn you think I should review next. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.